All right, so here we got the price analysis for March 17th on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, Polkadot, XRP, Uniswap, LTC, Link, and BCH. And we are going to cover these in order. So this is the very beginning of the video. What we're going to do is cover where the positive sides and the negative sides for each one of these coins is. And then also we're going to cover them in order. So if you want to see every coin, stick around for the entire video. If there is a certain coin that you are more excited about, you were drawn here because the title or whatever the case may be, feel free to fast forward to that coin, watch that one as well. And then also, since we're about to get kicked off, don't forget to subscribe. We have officially hit 780 subscribers on the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are surpassing the monetization time viewership, but we have tons and tons of viewers. We just need more subscribers. So thank you guys all for watching so many hours of the videos, but don't forget that little subscribe button too, please. Thank you very much. 10 more subs and we're over 800. So please hit that subscribe button today. Here we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am winning and so are you. Well, today we have the midweek update and what is going on in the market. We're going to do a price analysis of the top 10 cryptos as you saw in the intro. But I also wanted to drop a little bit of a dangle, a carrot, or throw out a hint or a tip or something out there. I'm going to do a full video coming up on this, but also keep on your radar Theta. You got Theta, the actual token called Theta, the project thetatoken.org. Go check that out. They also have T-Fuel, which is the product that runs the actual system. You're definitely going to keep that on your eye. We have done a video on that here on the channel. And if you go back and look on that one, Theta was at that time trading for $4.20. It is now currently, as we're speaking, $7.80. Very, very positive, very bullish on Theta. So keep that in mind. But today, let's go ahead and go over the price analysis of these top 10 cryptos so you can see what to be doing in the future and where to see your portfolio going as well. Here. Select altcoins could move towards new highs if Bitcoin price continues to trade in a tightening range. All right, cool. And here for today's article, I always love the article cartoons that they have here. This is Cointelegraph. If you've never been to the site, go check out cointelegraph.com. That's where we get most of our headlines to report on. Also, check this good luck out. This one's 11 minutes and 11 seconds if you listen to it on the automated robot. But that is really rad. 1111 is one of my favorite numbers. We also had a video that the total views was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yesterday, which was really cool. But today I made a huge move on Cardano. So hopefully this brings us luck. We know that some great things are coming for Cardano and we'll cover that one here in just a moment. Institutional investors have continued to pump money into cryptocurrency investment products in Q1 of this year. According to a report on CoinShares, the inflows of $4.2 billion in the first quarter have broken previous record of $3.9 billion made in the fourth quarter of 2020. NYDIG CEO Robbie Gutman recently told listeners on the On the Brink podcast to brace for a slew of announcements by the firm's strategic partners. Gutman said the announcements could bring new levels of Bitcoin adoption, Bitcoin availability, Bitcoin products and services within existing traditional financial landscape. So if you're new to this channel and you've never watched any of my videos or anything like that, we've been covering crypto now for months and well, almost a year, okay? Crypto, I've been in crypto for 2017, but I wasn't confident enough to make a video about it or be on YouTube in general. I just started this. So please subscribe to the channel and support it. But what is really cool is people, regular people, my aunt just bought coin or Bitcoin on Cash App, which is really cool. And, you know, my aunt doesn't do anything financial, doesn't know hardly anything about money. They are not well-to-do or anything like that. But It doesn't matter what socioeconomic background you come from or anything like that. Crypto is the chance to reset the financial futures for the average person. Now, we do see that these major institutions are jumping in. That just helps us have a security safety net in the crypto space, in my opinion. So check this out. I mean, if you look at all the cryptos as of today, when this screenshot was happened, right? All of these green tokens everywhere. That is so positive. And what's really exciting, honestly, is, by the way, if you want to check this out, it's on Coin 360. The whole entire space, right? When you're new, you see these ups and the downs and the ups and the downs, and it freaks you out. But as you start to evolve on it, the days that are red, they don't scare you as much, and you start to understand, hey, no big deal, time to buy some or dollar cost average your coin and ride it up. But all of these green days are always ahead in our future, which is fantastic. While new products and services that may attract fresh investors are a positive sign, traders should also keep an eye on the price of Bitcoin. In a bull market, every positive development is cheered by a sharp rise in price. However, when the price stops reacting positively to favorable news, it is a sign of exhaustion. That does not guarantee a change in trend, but being watchful could safeguard traders for the short-term pain. Let's study the charts of the top 10 cryptocurrencies to determine the next possible trading move. BTC USD, Bitcoin rebounded off of the 20-day exponential moving average at $53,739 on March 16th, but the bulls are struggling to hold the higher levels, and this suggests profit booking by traders on minor rallies. However, if the bulls again defend the 20-day EMA, it will indicate accumulation at lower levels. That could result in a move back to the all-time high at $61,825. A breakout of this resistance will signal the positive or the possible start of the next leg of the up move that may reach $72,112. Contrary to this assumption, if the bears can sink and sustain the price below the 20-day EMA, it will suggest that the bullish momentum has weakened. The BTC USD pair could then drop to the 50-day simple moving average of $47,000 and $451, where the bulls are likely to step in. The strength of the rebound off the 50-day SMA could provide further insight about the next possible move. A weak bounce will increase the possibility of a drop to the next support level of $43,006. On the other hand, a strong rebound will suggest that the uptrend remains intact. All right, so here we have the daily chart for Bitcoin. And as you can see, it did bounce off yesterday and today off the 20-day EMA, and the EMA was starting to flatten out a little bit. And that was putting us in the 53, 54, 55. And then of course, this line right here is the $58,000 range. Right now, Bitcoin has broke above that. And we need to see if that full day candle will close above that. Bitcoin is currently sitting at 59,063. So it's looking like we're regaining some momentum, making its way back up to that new all-time high. See if we can make that happen before the weekend, where, as you've noticed, a lot of the weekends are having a nice pullback, and then the up move starts again on Monday. As you can see here, the EMA is flattening out, as we talked about. The 50-day EMA or moving average is still continuing to increase, but we do have a negative divergence in the RSI. As of right now, the RSI is starting to move back up, which is a very positive sign. We want to see it break back above in the overbought territory so we can make that bullish move up to $72,000. ETH USD. The bulls are struggling to hold ETH above the 20-day EMA of $1,743. Although the long tail on the March 16th candlestick suggests demand at lower levels, the failure to build upon the recovery today indicates hesitation by the bulls at those higher levels. The repeated retest of the support level within a short duration tends to weaken it. If the bears sink the price below the moving averages, the ETH USD pair could gradually start to descend to $1,455 and then to the critical support line of $1,289. Both moving averages are flattening out, and the RSI is near the midpoint, suggesting a possible consolidation for the next few days. This neutral view will invalidate if the price bounces off the current level and breaks above the all-time high of $2,040. If that happens, it will enhance the prospects of the resumption of the uptrend with the next target objective of $2,614. All right, so here we have the daily chart for Ethereum. As you can see, it did run up to its all-time high just a couple of weeks ago, came back and had a major pullback all the way to $1,200, and it's still trying to climb up. Has been sitting in this little range here, consolidating. What's interesting is I have a couple of friends who are also really large in the crypto space, and two of them have two different views. So that's kind of like what the market is. So one of my friend uses Ethereum to stack all of his coin. That's where he actually holds all of his coins right now. Another one of my friends sold every single Ethereum that they have, and they are currently stacking that into Cardano. But as you can see visually, the moving average, it is starting to flatten out a little bit. The 50 moving average, instead of this nice climb, is also starting to flatten out a little bit. And the price is also starting to flatten out a little bit as well. The RSI down here is at 53, so a little above the midpoint, but we want to see it up here in this white section above the pink, above the 70, and that's where massive amounts of momentum can build. BNB USD, Binance Coin, has been trading near the 20-day EMA of $247 for the past 2 days. However, the failure to rebound off of it with strength indicates a lack of urgency among the bulls to buy at the current levels. The 20-day EMA has flattened out and the RSI is just above the midpoint, suggesting a possible range-bound action for a few days. If that happens, BNB USD pair could remain stuck inside of $189 and $309.50 for a few more days. The next down move could start when the bears sink the price below the 50-day SMA of $179. That could result in a deeper correction to $120. Conversely, if the bulls can propel the price above $209, the pair may retest its all-time high of $348.69. So here you have the daily chart for Binance. After its parabolic move, when it was doing its price discovery, it has recently settled and it is in this range bound section here. It keeps on hitting basically this exact section, right? This would be considered the new support line now. It came down and it hit it a couple times here as a resistance, but now it's testing that line right now as we speak. It's also hitting the moving average, which is at that exact spot. So likely to see a nice rebound here and then a bump off, considering that this has turned into a support. So we'll see if this bounces back up. If not, if it continues down, then there's definitely going to be a bearish sentiment for the Binance coin over the next couple of days. We also have the RSI that's still in the 50, so not looking like major support for Binance at this exact moment. ADA USD, Cardano ADA soared and closed above $1.23 overhead resistance on March 16th. However, the bulls are struggling to sustain the bullish momentum today, which suggests that demand dries up at higher levels. If the price dips and sustains below $1.23, it will suggest that the range-bound action may continue for a few more days. However, the 20-day EMA, the $1.11, has started to turn up, and the RSI is trying to rise above 60, suggesting the bulls are attempting to gain the upper hand. If the bulls can defend the breakout level of $1.23, the ADA USD pair could rise to $1.48. A breakout and close above this resistance could indicate the resumption of the uptrend. All right, so here we have the daily chart for Cardano. I also want to let you know, so that is the technical analysis, right? So there's a technical analysis and there's a fundamental analysis of a coin. The technical analysis says all of that. The one thing that is not coming through is that currently Cardano just announced that they will be listed on Coinbase Pro and then Coinbase in the coming days. So what that means is that more attention, more eyeballs are going to be continued onto Cardano. Now, personally, here at this channel, we have seen Cardano as a great project, especially with Ethereum's problems going on. We see this going to $2 in the very, very short term, if not more than that now with this new news. So there's going to be a major surge in the Cardano price very, very soon, with the fact that it's going to be listed on Coinbase and then Coinbase Pro, both of them. Coinbase Pro and Coinbase have millions and millions of users that have not even seen Cardano. They've heard about it, but they've never even had a chance because they only use those platforms. So that is going to be such a great injection of new money into Cardano. Now, on this channel, remember, this is financial education. This is not financial advice. So this is not a financial advice. This is only speculation. It's just for great fun information for you guys. For me personally, I have taken all of my coins, everything that I own, except for what I have staked in a couple of other coins, and I have turned it into Cardano. I did that about a couple of hours ago. Cardano, when I purchased it at basically $1.30 today, it dipped down to $1.30. I was able to get in there, and it is currently trading at $1.40. We see it raising up to $1.50, potentially $2 with this really, really great news. So this is one of my favorite coins, and this is where I've got my eye on. We've been talking about this coin for a very long time. The project itself is a phenomenal project. So Cardano, keep an eye on this one. Or if you have the ability to, get some Cardano. This is not financial advice, but just for fun, if you want to check it out. Just as a added bonus, here is my Cardano chart that I have at this exact moment. I had a tiny little bit of this at $1.10, but I went way heavier just recently. So as you can see here on my chart with the EMA ribbon, if you go to tradingview.com, you can get a free chart here. And you can go into the functions. This one's called the EMA ribbon. EMA ribbon has been really, really good for me as far as when entering trades. I do also do some day trading as well, not just buy and hold. If you go to winwithryan.com, you can see our training program, what we have that we do over there. But right now, we've been in it for quite some time, following it from way down here. I mean, we've been following it since way back here, but this is where it became a support. And that's where I got really interested in it, because once it was sitting here at $1.20, I felt confident where it was going. And then obviously with the news now, over the next couple of days, we'll see it bust through and see where it can go. So it has had an all-time high back on February 26th at $1.47. So we already know that that's a possibility. So when this runs up, we're going to see this will be a resistance there for a second. So we'll see if it hits it, or if it just skyrockets through. And that should be, possibly tonight, maybe tomorrow. .USD Polkadot has formed a symmetrical triangle pattern. Usually the setup acts as a continuation pattern, but in some cases it can also be known to signal a reversal or of an existing trend. Therefore, it is better to wait for the price to break above or below the triangle to determine the next possible trend. The flat 20-day EMA of $34.85 and the RSI near the midpoint are not hinting at a clear advantage either for the bulls or the bears. If the bears can sink the price below the support line of the triangle, the .USD pair could drop to the 50-day SMA, $29.46, and then to 26 cents. The pattern targeted of the symmetrical triangle is much lower. On the other hand, if the price turns up and breaks above the triangle, it will suggest that the bulls have overpowered the bears. That could start the rally to the pattern target of $55. Okay, so when you're looking at a chart with a pattern like this, and you'll notice that it comes up and then it has this massive down, right? And then it starts to kind of create this pattern right here. And you can see it's called a symmetrical triangle. What you want to look for is the price. So like right now, nothing really matters. The 20-day EMA, the 50-day EMA, what really matters is the support and resistance of the triangle. When this thing rises above this resistance line, right? So resistance, because it's like trying to break through the roof, boom. If this price breaks through the roof here, okay, and then it comes back down and taps the roof and then continues on, then you're looking for an up move. And that is very positive. And the up move is typically the range of the back of the triangle. So if you took a measure stick from here to here, and then you moved it over to here, that is where the price will go up or down. It's either way. Now, the opposite thing is true as well. So if this breaks down below the support line, and then it comes down a little bit, maybe even breaks off the 50 and comes down, and then it starts shooting down, then you're going to see a reversal, because this is currently in a bull market, right? So keep an eye on this pair really close, Polkadot. Polkadot has some great things going for it. In fact, I just did a video on Polkadot yesterday. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch that video. Also, if you have not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see all this information ahead of time. You can be in front of the news. XRP USD. XRP jumped above the 50-cent overhead resistance level on March 17th, but the long wick on the candlestick suggests that the bulls could not sustain higher levels. This shows that traders are closing their positions on every minor rally. The flat moving averages in the RSI near the midpoint suggest XRP USD pair could remain range bound between 35 and 50 cents for a few more days. If the bulls want to gain the upper hand, they will have to push and sustain the price above 50 cents overhead resistance. If that happens, the pair could rally to 65 cents. Alternatively, if the bears sink the price below 35 cents support, it could lead to panic selling, and the next support on the downside is 25 cents and then 17 cents. All right, so XRP Army, here is your daily chart. So XRP has just been a mess lately. Really, we're just waiting out this whole entire lawsuit situation, whatever the case may be. If you're holding large amounts of it, I completely understand, because XRP, the product Ripple, the actual company that brought along XRP, is a phenomenal project, and so is XRP the coin. But you can see it's up in the air. So just keep it at that. Uni USD, the long tail on Uniswap's March 16th candlestick shows the bulls are buying the dips to the 20-day EMA of $28.91. However, the long wick on today's candlestick shows the bears are selling at higher levels, and this suggests a tussle between the bulls and the bears at the 20-day EMA. The negative divergence on the RSI shows the bullish momentum has weakened. Traders may aggressively book profits if the price sustains below the 20-day EMA. Such a move could pull the price down to the 50-day SMA of $24 and then $20. The bearish view will invalidate if the Uni USD pair rebounds off the 20-day EMA and rise above the all-time high at $34.92. Such a move will indicate the possible resumption of the uptrend. So here we have the Uniswap daily chart, and as you can see, it made a nice move up and then down, a nice move up and then down, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, in reality, this is great market structure. No price continues up for an exact period of time. So we're just going to see if this was just a simple test off of the 20-day moving average, which it has been recently. I mean, it hasn't touched the 50-day moving average since way back here, which was January 2021. So I don't see it making a huge move in the smaller side. So just keep an eye on this. If you're in Uniswap, or if you're wanting to make a move on Uniswap, this could be a great entry point if it's bouncing off the 20, because as you notice, every time it bounces off there, it makes a nice move up. LTC USD, Litecoin, LTC is trading inside a large symmetrical triangle. The bulls are currently attempting to defend the 20-day EMA of $198, while the bears are trying to sink the price below it. If the price slips below the 20-day EMA, a drop to the 50-day SMA of $183, and then the trend line of the triangle is possible. A break below the triangle will signal advantage to the bears and open the doors for a possible fall to $153 and then $120. Conversely, if the price rebounds off the current level, the bulls will make one more attempt to push the LTC USD pair above the triangle, and if they succeed, the pair could start that upward march. All right, so here we have the Litecoin. And as you can see, we've been talking about Litecoin for quite some time in this trend line here. In fact, we've been talking about it for the last month or so, with this trend line being intact. It is still intact. However, what is starting to support now, or starting to arrive now, is this symmetrical triangle shape that is building inside of it. So the trend line was riding up nicely. As you can see, the price would run up to a new high, come down to a new higher low, by the way. So this is a new low. But as you can see, it's higher than the previous low. So still great market structure. The only thing that has changed is, if you take a look here, this new high is lower than the previous high. So that could be dangerous, right? So you want to keep an eye on that. So what we're looking for is this a reversing trend? Is it starting to start a bearish trend? Or is it just needing to come to this 20 and then make a move back up? And again, just like on the previous coin we talked about, if this thing breaks above the line and then taps it and runs up, then we're looking for a positive move on Litecoin. Litecoin has been doing really, really well. I mean, it ran up to $240+ before it had to, people were making success right here, booking profits, and then the sellers came in, and then it had picked up momentum again off of that trend line. Link USD, the bulls purchased the dip below the 50-day SMA of $28 on March 16th and have followed up with a strong move today. If the buyers can propel Chainlink above $32 overhead resistance, a rally of $36.93 is possible. A break above this resistance may start the next leg of the uptrend. Contrary to this assumption, if the price once again turns down from $32, it will indicate the bears are aggressively defending this level. The Link USD pair could then drop to the moving averages and stay range bound between $24 and $32 for a few days. The flattish moving averages and the RSI just above the midpoint also suggest a few days of consolidation. The bears could gain an upper hand if they can sink and sustain the price below $24. All right, so here's Chainlink on the daily. As you can see, it ran up, made its new high, came down and actually bounced off the 50. The 20 and the 50 are flattening out. And when that happens, it's going to go one of two ways. Either it's going to find its momentum and the bulls are going to pick it up, or the bears are going to continue to sink the price back down, because obviously it was way high above the 50, above the 20 here. The bears sunk it down. The bulls bought back in. The bears sunk it down. The bulls bought very aggressively, as you can see on this major candlestick body here. So we're going to watch and see if this can bust through the $32 and then make its next move of the uptrend, or if it's going to be sunk below this $24 mark here, which is the next major support level, as you can see from this right here. BCH USD, Bitcoin Cash, BCH USD, BCH USD, Bitcoin Cash, BCH has broken below both the moving averages. The bulls tried to push the price back above the 20-day EMA of $538 on March 16th, but failed. Today's inside day candlestick pattern indicates indecision among the bulls and the bears. The 20-day EMA has started to turn down and the RSI is just below the midpoint, which shows that the bears are attempting to gain the upper hand. If the bears can now sink the price below $502, the altcoin could start its journey to $440. The bearish view will be invalidated if the price turns up from the current level and rises above $560. Such a move will suggest strong buying at lower levels. The BCH USD pair could then move to $631.71. All right, so here we have Bitcoin Cash daily chart. It ran up to its new high of 760, the new recent high. It then took a nosedive down all the way to 440. And now the RSI is in the midpoint and the EMAs are both just chilling, cruising along. So it's kind of consolidating and they're really waiting to see where the cash flow is. And as we've talked about with this coin, there's not a whole lot of positive press, positive publicity, positive excitement behind Bitcoin Cash. And that has been showing in the price as of recent. So keep an eye on this. If you're a huge supporter of Bitcoin Cash, I'm hoping that it makes a nice bull run for you. A lot of people are starting to bail on Bitcoin Cash. So let me know in the comments below what you think about Bitcoin Cash. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that is today's price analysis. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Got to get us over 800 subscribers. I'm super thankful for all of you guys. Let me know down below, what is your favorite coin? What coin do you support? Are you also on the ADA Cardano bandwagon along with me? Or do you see that as a short-term hype coin? Let me know down below. Talk to you soon. The views and opinions expressed here are solely those of the author and do not necessarily reflect the views of Cointelegraph. Every investment and trading move involves risk, and you should conduct your own research when making a decision.